We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and action figure fans? It's the one and only Off the Bottom is coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Ghostbusters Plasma Series EGON Spengler. For the package, done up kind of to look like that jumpsuit with Spengler's name down here, kind of replicating how it looks on his little name tag. The rest of the background kind of looks like that jumpsuit with like the zipper right there. Got an open window that fully showcases the figure as well as all of his accessories. You got the Ghostbusters text with the No Ghost logo. Side here has a gorgeous artistic image of the four Ghostbusters themselves. Opposite side just has some diagrams. Kind of carries over to the back and it says, the brains of the operation. Egon's your go-to guy for the best gear. Then you see the other figures that are available that when you collect them, you get the pieces to create Vince Clortho, specifically as he appears when he becomes one of the Terror Dogs. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright, so here we have Dr. Egon Spengler open up and out of his packaging. And starting off first with his accessories, as all of them, they have an individual Terror Dog part. For Egon here, he comes with the right front arm or leg, whatever you want to call it, of Vince Clortho. You can see it's got that extra articulation point right there. You got some joints here, swivels, all that kind of stuff, some ugly toenails. We'll put this all together here later on. He comes with his proton pack. Let's take that off real quick. Get that up and out of the way. Not really much about this changes from the other ones that we've gotten, but as I mentioned previously, all of them have a different light up section down here. So I think Peter's was here, Ray's was here, Egon's is this one. Same amount of detail though, really nothing changes on this in terms of the sculpt. The only thing that's really different is that one additional paint application. Still really very nice. I love how they have the back section here attached to the harness and everything. I mean, that's really nice, makes it very easy to swap it out, and really makes me hopeful that at some point we get the Ecto. That would be a great additional accessory. Egon, why are you scanning your head? That would be a great additional accessory to, or just a play set of sorts. I mean, we wanted the one in the Matty Collector line that we never got. And the fact that they already have these as removable pieces makes it easier, in my opinion, because like I said previously, the Matty Collector line originally started out with the backpacks being permanently attached. It wasn't until they teased us getting a Ecto 1 if we met a certain pre-order amount that they would go forward and produce new figures with removable backpacks, which we all know that story. They're both lace liars. Whatever. It is what it is. He also does come with his PKE meter. Now, this one, I mean, I've been doing comparisons with the different accessories in the Matty Collector line. Oh, let's zoom in. This is definitely one that is not as good as the Matty Collector one. It still looks good. Don't get me wrong, I may be a little bit too far in. Let me come back a little bit. It still looks nice. The mold is pretty identical that you would hope to have with it, but I don't like how it's only got this one paint application, that being the screen. Bringing in one of the PKE meteors from the Matty line, you can see that it's a little bit bigger, first of all, and then you got all this extra paint detail on here, like with the yellow, red, and green, the different buttons down here, a lot of silver added. The bits here are silver. You even have yellow replicating the little lights on there. So yeah, I definitely think that this is a downgrade of sorts, and the size-wise is pretty darn noticeable when you look at them. Now, I haven't tried this yet, but let me bring in Egon, and I'm hitting the camera, and see if he can hold this and if it looks okay in his hands, because I've talked about how, yeah, that looks perfectly fine. Even the size, I want to say looks a little bit better, to be totally honest with you. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this one it's just too small. I think that this it's better, so I'll probably use this in my display. It's just an overall better looking representation. So that is unfortunate that his is not very kind of detailed like that. The one thing that it does have is a little pin right here that you can bring over and put in his belt like that. You just push it in there and it locks it in there, which to me that's weird, because why would that's on the on position. You need one that's not on. And I mean, again, Matty Collector gave us one. There's that. We got like a total of 3 of them, I want to say. We have this one, we have one that's half extended, and one that's fully extended. This you can't obviously do anything with because you don't have the pin there, so you can't put that on his belt. That is nice that you can do that. Don't know why they couldn't have done that with like the trap or something, but it is what it is. Detail-wise, though, this guy looks great. Unlike the Matty Collector one, and I'll do the comparison later on, what they did was actually sculpted his glasses, which works better, in my opinion. His hair's not as crazy. I think the likeness is close. It's not spot on, I don't think, but I think it's better than the Matty Collector one. The Matty Collector one just looks really kind of, again, well, here, let me just show you. Here, I mean, that looks weird. That doesn't really look like Egon, in my opinion. Kind of does. This looks more like Egon, I think, to me. But same level of detail throughout the rest of the costume. It's a Spengler there. I do wish it had a slightly darker color with the jumpsuit, the No Ghost logo. It would be cool if we got Ghostbusters 2 figures in this line with the Ghostbusters 2 logo right there. That would be neat. Like the elbow pads, how they wrap around and cover in that section right in the middle. He's wearing gloves, as all of them are, I believe. Some of the Matty ones didn't, and you'll see that here in a bit. Gorgeous detail with the belt, different wires and hoses. You got the walkie-talkie and such. The hose is a yellow plastic. Again, I do like the clear one that the Matty one has, but it is what it is. His boots are obviously untucked, as that's how it looked in the film itself. So overall good. I mean, the detail looks good. I think that the head sculpt looks nice. Again, I do wish there was a slightly darker tone to it, just kind of giving some more texture to the overall face, I would say, but overall not bad. Now let's do some comparisons. So obviously, like I said, here is the new Hasbro one. Matty Collector did several. The first one being this guy right here. And as you can see, the backpack is permanently attached. I have him holding the half extended PKE meter. But I mean, for all intent and purposes, the new Hasbro one is far superior. There's a couple elements on the old one that I like a little bit more, but really not that much. Then we have, we didn't get a lot of different Egon figures, but here's the "We're Ready to Believe You" one. Then we got the removable backpack version of him. You can see that the previous versions all had ungloved hands. This one now has him with the gloved hands, which is nice and accurate at different times. What's going on here? Why are you... His hand's stuck in position, so we'll deal with that later. And then finally, the last Egon that we got as part of the Ghostbusters 2 line of sorts, here is the Courtroom Battle Egon. Again, all of them use basically the same head sculpt. I don't think it's as good nearly as the new one. It's not to say that this one is perfect, but it does have a better overall look. Now you can see, especially here with Egon, the size difference. He is definitely a smaller figure, whereas honestly, like these, they look. He looks tall, but that's the body. That body has been reused. I want to say that. So maybe even that one as well. So in terms of new bodies, this is what you're looking at. So this is, for me, the comparison that I really go with, and to me, that's pretty good. They look like they're gonna kiss. How romantic. It's so sweet. Obviously, you have the yellowish clear hose, whereas you got the yellow one right there. So size comparison, I think it still works good. Especially, as I said, if you want to have some of those other accessories from Matty Collector kind of with these. Here we have Slimer. Here we have the Subway Ghost. I want to say he's the Subway Ghost. And then, just for the hell of it, symmetrical book stacking. So again, I think that if you don't use those figures for the Matty Collector line anymore, at least you can still use the accessories with them. Now, first articulation, it's all the same. You got the ball joint at the neck. You have the butterfly joint at the shoulders, also a hinge, as well as a swivel. The upper part of the bicep rotates, 2 bends at the elbow. The wrists move all the way around. They also move forward and back like so. You have these ball joint. You have this ball joint right here. I don't know what's going on, but he does all that kind of stuff. Hips move forward and back, in and out, rotates just below where the hose is so it doesn't damage anything. You have 2 bends at the knee, and then you come down to the ankles, forward and back, and then that weird ankle thingy mabob. So again, really great figures that we're getting. I'm absolutely thrilled that they're doing these again. I do hope that they continue it on. My fear, I'll be honest, with the movie it was supposed to come out this month, I want to say, which is why all the toys are coming out. But they've pushed it back to March of 2021. I hope that doesn't hurt the toy sales, honestly, because with these coming out, kids are going to want to buy toys, and if you're seeing them in the stores, you may be more inclined to buy them and support the movie and all the toys and that go along with it. That's not going to stand, so we'll just drop an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on its side. The toy line, I feel like, could suffer if there's not a movie to go along with it. So I don't know if they plan on re-releasing these figures when the movie comes out or continuing this line, and by the time the movie comes out, maybe we'll get more movie characters. And in that line, we may get an updated Ecto-1. That would be cool, because even though that's a very rusted, old-looking version, it's still the Ecto-1. And would look perfectly fine with, I think, the rest of these characters. So, all that being said, if Egon here is a figure that you would like to add to your collection, he will be hitting all retails fairly soon. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, you can make it really easy on yourself and just pick him up from Big Bad Toy Store. For that, I'll put a link right down in the video description where you can go to BBTS and check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Ghostbuster figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would do one very small thing for me, and that's simply just to hit that thumbs up button. I know, I say it all the time. It probably annoys you and makes you not want to do it. But one really great way to help support my channel is doing it. It's very easy, and it actually does really help support my channel. Also, I want to send a huge shout out to all of my patrons who, through their continued support, now more than ever help to make reviews like this possible. And finally, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.